Hello friends, my name is Rajiv and thank you for joining this session. Today I will be talking about the awk tool. So this is a very important text processing tool which is available in most other flavors of Linux operating system. It can also be downloaded on Mac and Windows operating systems. And it allows you to solve complex text processing problems with simple programming construct. So before getting into the details of this tool, let's see some samples where this tool is used to solve some text processing problems. So let's see this tool in action and then we'll get into the details of this tool. And guys, I'll be running those use cases to process the records here in this file. So let's start with the first use case. So let's say I want to extract this first column from the records. So I want to extract all the names here. I'll be reading the content of this records and pass it to the awk command. So, and with awk, I'll print the first field. So here $1, $2, or these numeric numbers with dollar, these represents the column or the fields in the records. So $1 refers to the first field, which is the name. If I change it to $2, it will refer to the second field. So let's quickly hit this. So as you can see, it's dumping the first field. Let's say you just want to dump the first field and second field. Here you go. But here you see these two fields are concatenated. So what you can do is you can provide the space between these two fields in order to separate them. See? So let's say you want to format the text. So what you can do, you can use the printf function, and inside you can provide the format string. So name is equal to %s and age is equal to %t. $1 and $2 would be argument to this printf function. This function is very much similar to the one that you use in C program, where you provide the string and these are the format specifiers, and the $1 and $2 are the arguments to it. Let's run this. Right, so formatting is working, but these all the strings are appearing in a single line. So let's add a new line character here. Okay, so you see the problem here. You do not want this first line to be printed, right? Because you have already prefixed the name with this name is equal to, right? And also the second line does not make any sense. So you want to drop these two lines. But how you'd be dropping? So you can skip these lines by using the nr variable. So nr is called number of records. So you do not want to process the first two records. So you can use the condition where you can skip these first two records. See? Let's extend the problem. So let's say you only want to print the name which starts with A. So here you can use the regular expression with awk. So regular expression can be provided between these two forward slashes, and I want to select the record where name starts with A. So I'll use this caret character which points to the beginning of the name, and I will say A. So it will just select the name starting with A, right? Okay, so let's consider a use case where you want to print the average age of all the people whose name starts with A. So what you can do is slightly tricky, but first you need to find the sum of ages. So that you can quickly do with $2. So this variable will hold the sum of all ages. So you see $t is, so as you see $2 is the second field in the records. Just recall. So just recall $2 is the second field in the records, which is age, and here we are just summing it up. Let's declare another variable which will just increment by 1. That will just count the total number of records, and let's change the string here. We'll call it average age And what's our average is going to be? It's going to be sum 12 by count. Okay, so that's average age, which is 33. But the problem is it's being printed for each and every record, and the reason is this body is getting executed for each and every record. So in order to print it by the end, so we'll use a different section of this programming construct, which is called end, and we'll remove the printf from here, and instead we'll use it here at the end section. This will be executed when all the records have been consumed by the AWK. Sum divided by count. Age is equal to 33. That's printed. Let's use a new line character here. Good. Right, that's what we want. We want the averages of all the people whose name starts with A. Now, one important point. How the awk understands that, what are the field separators. So for example, while processing the records in this text file, how does it know this is the first field, this is the first field, this is the second field, and this is the third field? How it does that? So it identifies the fields based on the spaces. For example, take this one, Rajiv Kumar Verma, that's my name. And if I use awk to print the first field, you see it's Rajiv. But if I just concatenate Rajiv Kumar, the first, as I have dropped the space between these two, now Rajiv Kumar would be my first field, because there is just one space here between Rajiv Kumar and Verma. So there are two fields in this text, right? I hope you got that. So as you have seen some use cases of this awk tool, let's try to understand how it works. Okay, so to begin with awk program have three sections. First is the begin, where we run all the commands which is needed to run before the actual record processing starts. This is the place where you can have the title, or you can have some formatting in place before you actually want to produce the output. Then you have the body, which actually processes the records, and this body part gets executed for each and every record that the awk program processes. And the last section is the end. This is where we do the finalization work, or we execute the commands which need to be executed at the end of the program. And the program necessarily not to be in a single line. We can create these programs in a file which can have multiple lines. Now let's take an example. So in this program, we are trying to process some records, basically just two records, and the output is on the right side. So we are expecting the title to be name, then a line, and then we just want to extract the first field, which is just the name, and then we want to close it with the line. So look at the program in the begin section. I'm just writing the title, I'm just printing the title, followed by a line, a new line character. Look at the body section. I'm just extracting the first field, which is $1, and in the end section I'm just printing the line, the closer line. So the begin section gets executed once. Look at the body section. This is being executed for each and every record. So first it will be executed for the record with the name Rajiv, then it will be executed with the record with the name Auntie, and then the finalization step will be executed. I hope it's clear. Now with this in mind, let's quickly try to execute this example. Let's clear it out, all the clutter here. Okay, so these are our list of employees, and we just want to print the name. Recall, this is almost the same example which we executed in the early part of this session. So once I hit it, I see these names only to be printed. Now you want to have your own header. So let's have a begin section as we discussed, and let's print name. New line character, let's have some dash, again a new line character. And as end part, let's have end, and print again some dash. Hit it. Right, this is what the example we have seen in the slide. Just stay tuned, I'll just have another session with more details, but this is just the beginner level session. I hope it was useful. Please drop your comments if you have any questions. I would be glad to answer them. Thank you. See you in the next session.